So I'll talk about that for a moment. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's where you eat a Tide laundry detergent pod, take a video and post it online, because apparently our species is devolving, and because the Tide pods are colorful, that means they look like candy. Now, I think it's fucking dumb. That's nothing new. That's not a groundbreaking, valuable insight or perspective. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's not opening any third eyes. I think that's an opinion shared by anyone with common sense. But I do think I'm at that age where I just don't understand the new generation. I really don't get people that are younger than me anymore. I don't understand their music with their little pumps and their nonsense mumble rap that you have to walk through Google Translate just to even get it in English, and I don't even think it was ever in English in the first place. I think Google Translate just has doomsday protocols where if it can't make out what you type in, it just throws up the closest English word to whatever verbal queefing came from the rap song. I don't get why every rap song has to treat everyone like a child by teaching us what certain things sound like. For instance, the biggest one being guns. The gun goes bang bang, brat brat, and then coming through on my car, skirt skirt. It's just so fucking childish. It's some elementary school shit, like when you press a button on one of the toys to tell you what a cow sounds like. I don't understand why everything is savage and lit now. I don't get why all the young people idolize internet personalities and worship them like boring ass douchebags like Rice Gum and the Paul brothers. Just the worst braggadocio, fake personality pieces of shit there are. And the Tide Pod Challenge is another example of something I just don't understand. I really don't get why this would ever be an issue or a meme in the first place, where people are actually dying from it and there has to be statements made by certified professionals, don't eat Tide Pods. Excuse me, I have a PhD in Tide Pod abstinence. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. I've done my research. It's just fucking dumb, you know? Why do you need a fucking Tide Pod avoidance expert to come on TV and tell you not to eat them? Now, since the Tide Pod Challenge has taken off in a big way, the poison control's hotlines have been ringing off the hook like a fucking 2004 radio station being requested Green Day songs by callers. And I'm no stranger when it comes to poison control. In fact, recently, about a month ago, a big fucking flying cockroach crawled up from my bathtub drain, and I had to battle with that motherfucker. It was like a clash of titans. It was some David versus Goliath shit. It was biblical. Cockroach, of course, being David, me being Goliath, even though I'm short enough where the cockroach and I would probably be eye level if on an even playing field. But anyway, for the sake of the story, I was Goliath, it was David, and I managed to trap it in a bucket. And the cockroach was definitely fast enough. It definitely had maxed out agility, 99 there. And if I had lifted that bucket, I don't think I would have been able to hit it in one swift motion and smash it. So instead, I turned to Snapchat after I trapped it, and I was asking for suggestions on how to kill it. Tried filling up the bathtub with water and drowning it. It could swim. Of course, it probably fucking brought scuba gear. It was well equipped. This was a special ops cockroach. Long story short, after a lot of other Scooby-Doo-esque suggestions, it wasn't enough to kill it. So another dude on Snapchat suggested bleach and ammonia to kill it. And like a fucking idiot, I was blinded by fear of this cockroach. I didn't think. And I did bleach and ammonia, and for those of you who don't know, it creates chlorine gas, which is, it's fatal. It can be fatal. So I'm fucking sitting there in my bathtub making chlorine gas, which, you know, it does kill the cockroach, luckily, but then I've got this fucking issue of, well, I've just poisoned my whole fucking bathroom, so call poison control and take care of that. The long story to go full circle here, I understand poison control. I've called them. That's kind of what I was saying, yeah. And now these Tide Pod stupid people are calling poison control as well. Those are some fucking heroes there at poison control with the amount of shit they have to put up with. Stupid stories like dudes making chlorine gas trying to kill a cockroach and people eating Tide Pods. Those are the fucking heroes we need to celebrate. But anyway, moving on, I kind of thought it'd be interesting to talk about how eating Tide Pods will kill you. Could kill you, not will. So what typically happens is most people who do this chew on it and it bursts. Now the second it bursts, your mouth is going to burn. Absolutely just... It gets lit up. It's gonna hurt like a bitch. If you swallow the detergent like some brave soldiers out there have done, it can burn your esophagus, burns your stomach lining. Most of the time you're going to puke it up. Almost 100% of the time you're going to puke it up. But those unlucky people who happen to have gasped or inhaled once it burst and it goes into their lungs, they're in a bit more of a sticky situation. The people who swallow it smoothly aren't really at a risk for dying from it. It's going to hurt really badly. It's going to burn your stomach hard and it's going to feel like shit. But when you inhale it, that's when you put yourself at a real risk of dying. So it can burn your lung lining, obviously, but what can happen when that happens is it starts filling up with fluid, and then you've got a lot of respiratory shit that's about to go wrong, and that's when people die from it. Mostly kids. Kids die from it, but some teenagers have died from the Tide Pod challenge as well, and that's how. It's not really from swallowing it, which does hurt you and can cause some long term damage, but it's not typically fatal. It's when it gets into your lungs where you have the real issue. Not that that makes it okay to do it as long as you keep your fucking nose plugged and you don't breathe while you do it. That doesn't make it okay. Because, I mean, obviously it still carries that very big risk. But the people in these stories like this I feel most bad for aren't the dumb people that were stupid enough to do the Tide Pod challenge. It's the people that get affected if they die from it. It's embarrassing, really, more than anything. Like, shit. No one's going to want to tell your story how it actually happened. No one is going to want to say, how'd you lose your brother? Well, it was the Tide Pod challenge. That's just embarrassing. That's fucking sad more than anything. So if you're going to take the Tide Pod challenge, at least have a story backed up in case you do die from it. A good story, one that your family would be proud to tell. Something like, oh, how did Jefferson die? Well, our neighbor's house caught on fire and he heard 2 cats inside and 3 children crying. The parents weren't in there, so he busted in there like the hero that he was in the flames. And then there was ninjas in there as well, so he had to fight off the ninjas while inhaling all the smoke in the flames. He managed to get all of them out alive, but unfortunately he perished. See, like, that's a good story to tell. It's a lot better than saying he died from a Tide Pod. But yeah, anyway, that's really all I got to say about the whole Tide Pod challenge thing going on. I'm excited for 2018's newest trend that'll be taking off soon. I suspect it'll be something like snorting cyanide challenge. That'll be fun. But yeah, that's it. See ya.
Everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Oregon Trail again. Let's do this shit. I believe this is my 4th attempt at completing this impossible adventure. But this time, I really think I can do it. I'm gonna leave in May. As in, may I please fucking complete this and make it to Oregon. And fuck all this. I already know how this goes. I know this whole song and dance. I'm just gonna go with this dude's recommendations because I don't have a strategy. Fucking 3 yokes. You must be out of your mind. He's an amateur, a rookie. I thought he was a damn connoisseur here, an expert, a seasoned veteran. But unfortunately, that's not the case. He's useless. When someone offers you 3 yokes, that's how you know you can't trust that person. This dude right here probably funnels squirrel's piss into his wiener hole and then pisses it out and claims that it's his piss. Then he puts that piss in a bottle, sells it on the market as piss. Although it probably wouldn't be a very successful product, considering bottled piss isn't exactly in high demand. It's not a inelastic good. But when someone offers you 3 yolks, you can guarantee they're dabbling in piss. Fuck. I can only carry 3 wagon wheels. That really fucking sucks. What if I want to race people? What if I start street racing and I need those extra wheels? Alright, it is time to begin. We're gonna go all the way to Oregon, then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna go to Oregon again, and then we're gonna tell people we've been to Oregon twice. People are gonna be like, wow, that's twice the adventure. That's fucking incredible. Alright, let's do this. It is time to go titties or go home. We're gonna have meager meals, but we're gonna have a fucking record-setting pace here. What's the fastest pace? Grueling pace. There it is. That's it. That's all we need. That's all we fucking need. It's time to hit the trail. Only 102 miles. I can throw a frisbee further than that. Not even a challenge. Oh, we're already here. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I just blinked. The speed of light's got some serious competition here with this wagon. What are our options? Let's take the ferry across. The ferry operator says that he will charge you $5, and then we have to wait 2 days. Only $5? We have more money than the state of Oregon. That's no problem. Just floating across on toothpicks. And we're across safely. What an incredible start. We'll be in Oregon in lickety-split. I really like the way this oxen moves at a grueling pace. It's like watching an animal cracker on a treadmill. What do we got here? Oh, it's only 3.7 feet deep here. How tall is the average oxen? Like 300 feet tall? I think we can ford this bitch. I really think we can get across safely. You know, we're fording it. We didn't come this far to just take a shit and then eat it. We're gonna go for it. Fuck. Well, after a booming start, I have now lost 2 oxen and a party member. And not just any party member, probably the most important one you could ever lose in a party. How the fuck did that even happen? We were moving through that river at a nice brisk pace, and then all of a sudden, bam, we fell into Atlantis' chimney. Yeah, you know, we'll take a look around here. Maybe we can find a resurrection potion and bring shitting back. I'm not sure why Captain Falcon is riding a horse, but it seems he's about to ambush that wagon. Let's try and trade with some people here. Let's see what they're offering in this area. You meet another immigrant who wants 50 pounds of food. He will trade you 50 bullets. Alright, so I'm trading with a psychopath. Let's see who else is here. You meet another immigrant who wants 2 wagon axles. He will trade you 1 ox. So basically, I'll give him 2 wagon axles and then they'll shoot me with a fire hose. Is there any sane people here? This town can go fuck itself. Let's see what supplies I can purchase here. I'll buy 2 oxen to replace the 2 I lost while scuba diving. And that should be all I need. Yeah, you know, that's good. Let's go back to the trail here. Let's continue. Here we go. You really think we have time to stop, look around, take a shit, get down? No, we gotta get to Oregon. That's what we have to do. Well, we're already here. That took like 3 steps from this oxen. Ooh, here we go. Change of scenery. Now inside of a Salvador Dali landscape. Well, I've just looked at a bull's anus and I saw its shit. There is no way anyone in that wagon has a fever. 102 miles, not bad. Another person? How the fuck? Oh shit, I'm almost out of food. Damn, I didn't even notice. I gotta pay attention to the food pounds. You know, I really need to start reading these directions. I know there's a way to move. You son of a bitch. It just ran up and got a big old whiff of my ass cheeks. How the fuck do I move? What is the... Maybe enter? Oh, there it is. There we go. Still don't know how to turn around, but we'll do some rail shooting here. Alright. Oh, turned around. Got it. Watch out, Circles. He's turning 360 degrees. Fuck hunting. Fuck hunting. I can't fucking hunt. You know, let's just rest. Maybe if we rest long enough, the party will vomit and that can replenish our food supply until we get to another town. That plan has backfired. We are now a man down. Unfortunately, it is my most polite member, because they are perpetually saying thank you to me, showing their appreciation for anything that I'm doing during this journey. Fuck you, asshole. Yes, we need to look around. I need food. Please direct me and my party to the nearest restaurant. Are you fucking shitting yourself? There is no supplies to buy. We're gonna have to trade. That is a tough pill to swallow. Well, I don't have many options here. I am fucking incompetent when it comes to hunting. And there's no supplies here, so we're gonna have to rely on other human beings for our food. Fuck every single one of you. I'd rather my party starve to death than try and trade one more time in this fucking inconsiderate town. You selfish douchebags. You know, we're going to Fort Bridger. Hopefully we can bridge the gap between starvation and a full tummy. I have to hunt. Either I go hunting and at least try and bring home the big bucks here, or my party starves to death. Alright, here we go. Show yourselves, animals. There you are. Alright, you know, alright. You think you can hide behind the trees? Son of a bitch. That damn deer just rocketed off of a rock. Damn it! These bastards are elusive. These fucking trees are on their side, too. They're setting fucking... These are perfect picks! These are screening champions! Oh, of course, no food. Well, it's a little difficult when you've got the NBA's best defense playing for the animals. This looks like a nice area, nice and open. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Just walk into the bullet. Please face the animal. Damn it, what the fuck are you doing? Am I controlling an oscillating dildo? Let's just stand still. Maximum accuracy now. Perfect. Only now the animals are dodging me. Well, isn't this some fucking nonsense? Alright. 3rd time's the charm. This actually looks like a pretty good environment. We'll set up shop here. Why the fuck is this deer so fast? The deer just broke into my shop, stole all my shit, and left. This bear will not escape. There we go. Finally. We'll have some food. I'm just not even I'm not gonna bother even trying to shoot the deer. I'll take the slower animals. Oh, 100 pounds. I'll take a look around Soda Springs here, see what it has to offer. That is one happy ox. Let's try and trade here, get some supplies. Well, I should have guessed that. Apparently, my wagon is nothing but extraterrestrials here because no one wants to trade with us. Will they talk to us at least? Communicate with us? Oh, Celinda Hines wants to talk to me. My, the Soda Springs are so pretty. So she wants to tell me the Soda Springs are so fucking pretty, but she doesn't want to trade with me. That's really fucking nice, Celinda. Fuck Soda Springs. Maybe Fort Hall's a little more welcoming. Just hang on, we'll get water in a second. What the fuck just happened? Did Fort Hall shoot us with a cannon? First nobody wants to trade with us and now they're dropping airstrikes on us? We just wanted to go to town and get some supplies. We're not your enemy. Yes, I'd like to look around, but why did you attack us? Well, actually, I guess that explains it. It's a town run by deer. They're very protective of their land. I was just gonna buy some food, but now I also need to buy some supplies that I lost during the Battle of Little Big Bullshit just outside of here. Rough trail. Well, how the fuck is the trail rough? It looks pretty smooth from here. Impassable trail. Well, I mean, there's a simple solution to that. You move forward. There's nothing blocking you. There's no obstacles. How the fuck is all this happening? Are we looking at two different trails here? Because from my point of view, we're just walking on a giant wood plank. The water's fine. How did he break an arm? He's not doing anything. The oxen's doing all the work. Did he just like take his arm and slam it on his knee? Snap it in half? Actually, you know what? I do want to look around here. Is he telling us to jump off that cliff? You must cross the river in order to continue. The river at this point is currently 1,000 feet across and 6 feet deep. Well, my calculations with the ox height was drastically incorrect last time, so I'm not going to try fording it. That seems like a fair deal. I'll do the trade. We don't need the clothes anyway. Alright, here we go. It's crunch time. Oh, this is looking good. This is looking good. Excellent. That's perfect. Alright, let's continue. Where the fuck did this fog come from? How is this bitch breaking his limbs? What is he doing? He must be just deliberately slowing down the group, working for Fort Hall. Yeah, I'll take a look around Fort Boise. I think this woman's titties are exposed. It seems like there's nipples on the end of those titties, but it could just be the dress, I'm not sure. Judging by the expression on that ox, I think those titties are indeed exposed. 160 miles, that's nothing. That is nothing at all. Even with a heavy fog, it's still, even bad water, it's still... What the fuck is this nonsense? And luckily I have plenty of spare parts here. Let's continue. Alright, what the fuck is going on? Are we going over landmines? I have more spare parts. Let's keep going. Nothing to worry about here. Oh shit. There is something to worry about. I gotta sneeze. Shit! Oh fuck. Fuck. Oh, fucking son of a bitch. Is this asshole's work? Is this how he keeps fracturing his limbs? He just keeps throwing himself at the wheels until they break? Oh, wow, I don't have any more spare parts. Wow, I've used all of my damn wagon wheels. In the short span of 15 seconds, I used every single wagon wheel. Maybe the blue wagon has wagon wheels. Or, I'm sorry, the blue mountains. It's not a blue wagon. And these mountains aren't even fucking blue. They're fucking covered in snow. And milk. How is it a rough trail? We haven't even started yet. This is just getting absolutely absurd. He now only has one usable limb. He's broken one arm and 2 legs. Taken 3 wheels with him. Well, that's a really impolite thing to do. That dude on the right is giving the dude in the middle the finger. Telling him to go fuck himself. That's actually the best thing that could have happened for this journey. He was sabotaging us. So he threw himself into some quicksand. A very noble decision. That's not good, though. That is not good. We need to rest. Alright. 5 days ought to do it. That should cure him of his measles. Let's continue. Is this a water mustache? I'm not going to pay a toll. We've already paid our toll with the death of shitting and thank you. That was more than enough. The only logical choice is to float down this fucking river. Now that looks extreme. Use the arrow keys to guide your raft through the rushing waters of the Columbia River. Got it. After passing the third direction sign, land your raft at the trail to the Willamette Valley. Understood. Alright. This actually seems pretty easy. I'll go right in between these rocks, that's no problem. Well, this is definitely a lot different than I expected. I was imagining some really high intensity, high speeds, dodging boulders, raging waters. But instead I'm just dodging cotton candy in a very large bathtub. Well, if it's fucking, as long as I don't fucking sink somewhere here, that'll be alright. What the fuck? The raft has missed the landing? How the fuck did I lose all of that just from missing the landing? Did I run into a concrete dam? Yes. Yes. I have never been this happy. After playing this for 2 years, I've finally completed it. I have made it to Oregon. Let's check my high scores here, though. That seems like a pretty decent score, 1002. I missed the 10 spot by 1 point. 2 points if I wanted to take the 10 spot. It doesn't even fucking matter. I made it to Oregon. I completed this. Alright, well I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video.
On YouTube for a long time. This is a channel you've undoubtedly stumbled upon. It's called Expert Village. They used to pump out hundreds of videos per day giving tutorials on how to accomplish any task from the most trivial to the most godlike, you know, how to move 10 skyscrapers while jerking off, and then something easy, how to put a pool noodle in the pool. And it's all delivered from laughably unqualified people that deliver some of the worst advice on the internet. And I thought it'd be fun if we go back through this fossil of a channel and watch some of them. So we'll start with a good one here. How to Flirt with a Girl. Presented to you by Soul Patch and whatever high school student that is behind the Soul Patch.
Hi, this is Alex McRae. I'm a social dynamics instructor. And on behalf of expertvillage.com, today I'm talking about picking up women in bars and clubs.
No, this is not the intro to a porn video, so please class take out your pencil and paper because we're coming in hot, raw and no rubber, baby.
Flirting. What is it?
Ooh, I know, it's when I shake a girl's hand and then cry and run away.
The basics of flirting is to convey through certain ideas and emotions that you like someone else, and hopefully that the other person likes you back. Now, who are the best flirts in the world? They're actually little kids.
What the fuck? I mean, far be it from me to question the master love guru here, but Jesus fuck, weirdo, Expert Village, more like pedophile village.
Now, why is that? Well, for one thing, they have the best imaginations. If they're playing in the sandbox and they're talking about some fantastic place that they can go in the world, they're using their minds to put themselves in a place that's just the two of them in their own special world, using their imagination. Also, little kids are fearless. They realize at such a young age that they have nothing to lose. They're comfortable with themselves. They're willing to take things to the extreme and be comfortable using their own imagination.
Excuse me, Professor, am I supposed to be taking notes on all this shit? I don't see how learning about little kids flirting with each other or their imagination is helpful in any context. I'm half expecting Chris Hansen to bust through the fucking door with some theme music playing like a WWE entrance and arrest this man.
One of the keys to flirting is to actually let the other person know through your voice and through your smile that you are flirting. Because a lot of the things that adults say that are flirting can be taken the wrong way if you don't convey them with energy and fun. In other words, if I see a girl with blue eyes, I might say, wow, your eyes are like blueberries. Wait, I'm kind of hungry. Can I have?
Ah! Oh, I feel violated. Yeah, I don't see that play from the John Madden's playbook working out very well in the real world. That maneuver is just going to earn you a 911 call and a hard kick to the penis.
That's one thing that you could go into that is fun and will get a girl giggling within moments.
Or screaming and running the opposite direction as fast as she possibly fucking can.
But now notice what happens if I don't smile, and if I bring my energy level lower, and if my voice tone is flat. Hey, I really like your eyes. They're blue like blueberries. Can I touch them? Can I have them? I'm hungry. It's just strange.
Yeah, I agree. That one's absolutely just strange, unlike the other one.
So remember, to let people know that you're flirting, have the big smile, high energy, and make sure you're having a good time. If you're having a good time, it's likely that you'll put other people around you in a good mood. So how do you flirt? One way to do it is through role play.
Roleplay, you say? Alright, I can rally behind that. That's one I can get behind. I'll go ahead and practice. Hello, female I'm approaching with romantic intent. I'm the sheriff round these parts, and you're a naughty girl on the loose. That ass is too fine, it's illegal. You're going downtown with me, I'm afraid. And then I'd pull out my lasso, because I'd bring a prop. And then, get her with the lasso. And I do lasso her successfully, and she can't escape, so then I just walk out of the bar with her. And if anyone tries to stop me, I will convince them I am indeed the sheriff, and that she was doing some illegal shit. It's a bulletproof plan, really.
For example, I might imagine that me and the girl I just met are actually husband and wife, and we're negotiating a divorce. So I can say, babe, I'm sorry I had to do this. Sorry I had to break this to you here, but it's over, 10 years. I had some good times, but, you can keep custody of the kids. You can keep the house. I'll keep the dog, because, Buddy, I trained Buddy myself, and, he's a good dog. So, bye now. Have a good life. I'm sorry this whole divorce thing worked out this way.
That somehow seems worse than my sheriff role-playing idea. How in any way would that be enjoyable for her? Or a fun scenario to run through? That's just confusing and frightening more than anything. And it's overly long too, so you're not making a fool out of yourself for a short period of time, and at that point you can't even sell it as a joke because it's gone on so long, so you have to commit to the whole song and dance, and you just look like a fucking idiot for a long time. And it's not even like an upbeat roleplay or something fun. It's about a fucking divorce and splitting custody. That's some dark shit, really. That traumatizes people. What was your other play here, huh? Oh, hey, I recognize you. Yeah, you're the mother of the daughter I ran over in my shepherd's tank at a school crosswalk because I was driving it while on Crocodile. Oh, it's amazing seeing you here. Wow. And
see, that's one thing that you can go into that's a little strange, fun, and it puts you in a situation that would take you years to get into in real life, and you've just met this girl. So remember, you can role play situations that are fun and unusual.
I love how he makes a point to say, oh, this is a situation that'll take years to get into. How goofy and wild is this? I just met this girl and I'm pretending that we've been married for 10 years. You can't do that. You can't do, we just fucking met. Oh my, it's a little wild, I know. It's a little out there, but can you believe, we just met and I'm saying we've known each other for this long. And a dog? And a dog? Oh my fucking goodness. 10 years? I just met her.
Another way to do things is take things to the extreme. If I mention blueberry eyes, I might just say that off the cuff. But I'll take that to the extreme of, what if her eyes actually were blueberry? What if I was a chef? What if I wanted to make a blueberry cake? What if the blueberry cake won the World's Fair of being the best blueberry cake in the world, and it was all because of her eyes, but now she has a medical condition because she doesn't have any eyes anymore because of the blueberries. And
Alright, calm down, Jaden. How can blueberries be real if her eyes aren't? Fucking blueberry cake and shit. Now he's just telling you not even to make it a joke. Now he's just telling you to make it as creepy as possible. In the best case scenario where she giggles at your creepy advances with the blueberry eyes, to go even further on that, to put all of your eggs into that anal basket, that's asking for a disaster. That really is. You fucking kidding me? She obviously picked up on it being a joke earlier if she's still talking to your weird ass, and now you want to go ahead and make it seem like you're a genuine psychopath who thinks her eyes are blueberries and you want to rip them out and make a cake with it? Yikes.
You can see how all these things can just build and build and build into funny situations that are quirky because they start from something so simple. So remember, have fun, role play, and remember the kid in you who's a great flirt. Thanks for watching.
Alright, now back the fuck up, buddy. Hold the fucking phone. I don't go into no kids, and I don't let no kids go into me. I don't know what kind of Operation Expert Village is running over here, but it's something just not right with this shit. This is a weird guy right here saying some weird shit. So, in a nutshell, how to flirt with a girl, don't do anything Expert Village tells you to. Godspeed.
Everybody, it's Critical. I'm playing Bassmasters 2000 for the Nintendo 64. Let's do this shit. I'm gonna do a tournament. I think a tournament is just what I need right now. Professional difficulty. I am a professional fisherman, so that is the appropriate difficulty setting. Let's make our angler here. Alright, I can't really tell the hats apart. Or the hair, what the fuck? This is just a silhouette of a person, I can't see the changes here. How am I supposed to design a character when the character is a fucking ghost? Alright, I'm just gonna change all these settings and then I'll see what I end up with. John Fisher, the master of the unknown. I have no fucking idea how this character looks. But I guess we'll find out. Lake conditions look optimal. Boat. Looks like a piece of shit, but good enough. Rumble pack shit sack, get off the screen. What the fuck is this? Is this where I'm fishing? It looks like the water shit itself. Did a wastewater treatment facility explode and pollute this lake? Looks like pure sewage here. Old Hickory Lake. This is just appalling. Sunny? You call this sunny weather? The sky is blocked out by dust. This is post-apocalyptic weather. Who needs rules when you're fishing? The only rule is to catch the fish. Now how do I play this? Alright. How about... Oh, what was that? Alright, here we go. We'll do a little driving here. Get to where the fish are chomping. I have no idea how to read this NASA GPS at the bottom left of my screen. Alright, I guess there's a fish in this general area. Oh, 2 fish. Now it's a party. How do I stop driving this? There we go. Alright, how do I cast? Is it in this little menu? Live well. Thank you. You too. Alright. How do I cast? Tackle, maybe? No, this is my tackle box. I don't know why the fuck I thought that'd be there. Alright, so do I just jump in the water and fish with my hands? Do I piss into the water and drink my piss? How do I cast? Oh, what was that? What did I hit? Fuck, I don't know what I hit. Shit. A new challenge has presented itself. How do I reel? Oh, is this it? Oh, there we go. Now we're reeling. Reeling and dealing. Alright. There are no fish here. They must have all died in the nuclear fallout that consumed Old Hickory Lake. Alright, now let's figure out how the fuck did I cast. Was it this right here? Nope. Yep. There we go. Alright. That went about 500 million yards. Let's reel that bad boy in. Cast again. Reeling in is extremely tedious. Goodness gracious. Alright, here we go. We'll throw this one to Galaxy next door. Oh, look at that. 42.6 miles. That's a world record. Thank heavens there's no fish here. I might have been able to catch one. Could you imagine how terrible that would have been to catch a fish? Aliens must have swooped in and stolen all the Earth's fish. This is just preposterous. Why does it take half of a millennia to reel in this lure? How heavy is this lure? Is this just like a disguised cinder block? Almost to the boat, come on. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Yeah, there we go. I must have cast all the way across the world. Check out the Game Boy screen there. Look at all those fish on it. The fish must be having some kind of homeowners meeting. Alright, let's see what we've got in the tackle box. The Quantum Spin Reel. That is the only item you will ever need to purchase right there. No more food, no more clothing. You've got the quantum spin reel. You're set. Let's roll with the Berkeley 12-pound line. 5 of diamonds. Alright. Copper. That looks like a strip of bacon. That looks like a chandelier. I guess I could just throw a chandelier at the fish. Alright, these are all the same right here. Oh, here we go. A frog. Another frog. Oh, what the fuck? Is that an eel? I am no longer fishing for simple fish. I am now fishing for a great deal on a house. And I think I've struck gold. Whew, that was a close one. I was worried there'd be fish here. Oh shit. I'm reeling through this giant rock. This Berkeley 12-pound line doesn't fuck around. Holy shit. This rock wasn't gonna stop me from reeling this bitch in. I took this rock to the car wash to get its titties cleaned. There's gotta be another button to reel in. There's no reason reeling should be this slow, unless he's using a portable asshole. A fishing rod reels much faster than this. There it is. That's the button to reel in. I've just been using the wrong button to reel in. Excellent. I'll teach you to watch fishing. Take some of that. I hope you learned your lesson. You're next. Don't think I don't see you over there. Nutritionists recommend at least 1 serving of fishing lures per day. But you're gonna get 2. Take some of that, bitch. There we go, there's a fish on the scanner. That means there's gotta be a fish nearby. And where there's 1 fish, there is a lot of fish having a lot of fish sex. There are no fish here. The scanner must be broken. There's no fish in all of Old Hickory Lake. It's all a conspiracy. Holy shit, is that a fish? That's a fish! Oh, what the fuck? It just left reality. Alright, fish must be extinct except for the 1 lone survivor, who I'm probably never gonna catch anyway. Oh, what the fuck is this? Yes! Yes! How do I catch it? Do I just reel in? Oh shit, I guess not. Oh, here we go. He's going for it again. Alright. Round 2. Strike. That's 10 plus your next frame in bowling. Oh, fuck. Not again. No, fish, don't leave. You need more of this. Eat the lure. Bite it. Nibble it. Wibble tits. Oh, he's going for it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just gonna reel in. Tension. You could cut it with a knife. Oh, this fish is fighting. He's feisty. This must be the Loch Ness Monster's offspring. Damn it, this fish is really pulling. I hope our boat dropped anchor, otherwise this fish is gonna take us on a ride. This must be an absolutely colossal fish. Like a 250-pound Goliath.
Doesn't mess around when
Just shy of 5 pounds. And I finally get to see what my character looks like. Awesome. Well, that was a little less than I was expecting, but not too shabby. Alright, well, I'm done playing this. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one.
What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm making this to say that I'm sorry. I was wrong. I fucked up. Last year, T. Martin made an apology video where he almost kind of apologized for scamming 8-year-olds into wasting money on his shit-ass CSGO website, and I called it the worst apology video that could have ever been made, and I was wrong. Because Social Repos has blown that shit out of the water with this new humdinger here. So this man right here who looks like Marilyn Manson's asshole is a YouTuber by the name of Social Repos, and he was dating another YouTuber named Jacqueline Glynn, and he cheated on her, and obviously she's very upset, so she made a video about the whole situation to update people, and that prompted him to make his own response to it, and it's fucking abysmal. I'm not gonna make the bold claim I did last year and say it's the worst that could be ever given on this site, but damn, you're gonna have a hard time topping this one. You've got your work cut out for you if you're trying to make a bad apology this year.
Yeah, I fucked up. I'm definitely going to lose some fans. I'm going to lose some friends. But there's 2 sides to every story. I wouldn't really call this a defense.
Yeah, you're right. This can't be a defense because there's no way you could defend yourself here. but that doesn't stop him from trying. He's out here looking like the Joker about to deliver a monologue. You wanna know how I got this gonorrhea?
So I guess I would like to explain some things, all the brutal graphic details that she explained to everyone. So I'd like to give some very descriptive details of my own, not to slander Jacqueline or anything, just to kind of, I guess, give you a deeper context.
But why? How could having a deeper understanding of the context provide any type of justification for the cheating? I doubt it was some type of heroic sacrifice where the girl you fucked had a bomb in her pussy that would destroy the city if you didn't defuse it by sticking your cock in there. It really just seems like he's doing this out of spite because Jacqueline went into such brutal detail as he described, so he kinda just did this to try and throw some shit at her that would make her look kind of bad. He actually even deleted her comment on this video. I don't know entirely what the comment said, I just saw a picture of it and I only got a little snippet, but it was her kind of disproving some of the points he's about to make. And naturally, if you're making an apology to someone, the next logical step is then to remove that comment from the person you're apologizing to really let them know that you're sorry.
I do deeply regret it.
Honestly, some pretty shitty acting from him during this arc of the anime. It sounds like some House of the Dead 2 voice acting here.
It kind of was a classic case of social media showing the best parts of your relationship on social media, so everyone thinks everything's just peaches and roses all the time, and it's just not. It's a lie. We were happy, but there's obviously a dark side to everything, clearly.
I truly have no idea what point he was trying to make with this here. Oh, just a classic case of us showing the best parts. None of you had any ideas I was actually cheating on her behind her back. Just a classic case of one of those things, you know?
Because I did cheat on her, just like I did my ex-girlfriend, which everyone knows about because of our best friend.
I don't really see what there is to giggle about there. Oh, ha ha ha, you guys remember when I did this last time? Thanks to our best friend that blew that case wide open. Ha ha ha, classic best friend. Yeah, I betrayed a lot of people. Ha ha ha.
I met Jacqueline, and she was perfect. She was an atheist. I don't know, she cared so much about me and just everything that I did, and I did care about her, and I don't know, everything just made sense.
I cut a few things out here, but it really served no purpose. I don't even see why he would talk about it unless he was really trying to stretch this video past 10 minutes for ad revenue, which would be an incredibly douchebaggy thing to do, but I wouldn't put it by modern YouTube creators. What he was saying is he vowed never to have another public relationship since he cheated on his last girlfriend, but then he met Jacqueline and obviously had a public relationship. And he also talked about another promise he made a while back where he said he would never ever cheat on anyone ever again, and he was wrong. Just like my father when he said I would be 6'5" when I grew up. My dad is 6'5", my mother is 5'2", so luckily I split the fucking difference and I'm 5'6", so I'm really short for a 23-year-old man, and it really fucking sucks. Why couldn't I be 6 foot, Dad? Huh? Why couldn't I at least get close to your 6'5" towering Chad height? But anyway, I love this line from Social Repos. She was perfect. She was an atheist. What a low bar of entry to being perfect in this man's eyes. In this moment, I am euphoric because girl atheism. Yippee. Fucking, I don't know anything about these two, and I'm sure Jacqueline's a great girl for a lot more than just being an atheist. I imagine there's gotta be a lot more to somebody to make them perfect than just being a fucking atheist. But for some reason, this man cares so little about her, he couldn't think of any more good qualities other than her atheism. That's just fucking sad, really.
And she kind of took me on with the thought that she could fix me, and that, you know, there's a lot of good parts that she saw in me. And you know, I commend her for that, but at the same time, you know, everyone did warn her, and...
What an ironclad defense, fucking bulletproof. Jacqueline, you knew what you were getting into. People warned you. You should have expected this from me. You knew this was gonna happen. You shouldn't have been surprised. You knew I was gonna put my small pee-pee into other lady buttholes. This shouldn't have come as a surprise. This is your fault. It's incredible. He kind of just blames her for this whole thing happening. You should have expected it. This was going to happen, and people told you.
Unbalance in the relationship even early on, which terrified me, and I could never bring it up to her. All the way, we dated for 11 months, and I could never talk to her about it just because I was so afraid, because she got so attached to me so quickly. She was just, it's almost like she just, after month 2 or 3, she was like ready to settle down with me and ready to get a house, and it just seemed so perfect, and I was like, what are you doing? What do you...
From the comment Jacqueline left, the snippet I saw, this is the part she was disproving. Apparently this wasn't a thing that happened. It was him that brought up the idea of moving in together or some shit. It doesn't really matter either way who's right or wrong on that subject because this point is just moot. It serves absolutely no purpose in this video. It looks like this man's skin is about to fall off of his fucking body here. He's like a reptilian shedding here. His flaky, dry skin, I think he's suffering from extreme psoriasis or something, but this man needs some moisturizer ASAP. His face just must be made out of paper mache and it's starting to crack now.
I just would like to say that I'm sorry to anyone that looks up to me or that follows me.
Well, I'm glad you've apologized to the misguided teenagers that for some reason think you're a good role model. That's very nice of you. How about an apology to Jacqueline? At no point throughout this entire thing does he say, I am sorry for what I did, Jacqueline. I didn't hear that phrase. If you're gonna apologize, fucking apologize. Here, take some notes to any of you out there that may have fucked up and are thinking about doing a YouTube apology video. A, don't do that. And B, if you really feel so inclined, the Lord has chosen you to make this great apology video, then do these things. Actually apologize for it, say you fucked up and you're going to work on fixing it, tell how you're going to work on fixing it, and again, apologize for the fucking thing that happened. This man goes on a 10-minute rant about shit that doesn't matter. The next part of this he talks about is content on his channel. Why? What is the point? The video is supposed to be an apology to Jacqueline about what happened. I cut a lot out to this point, but basically he drew the conclusion that he shouldn't be in relationships, he's not good at them. He also speculates that maybe he has a sex problem and should get help, but then says he doesn't believe in getting help. So about 9 minutes of this 10-minute video are just empty, useless words. He could have bent over and just farted into the camera for 9 minutes and it would have had the same impact of the shit he talks about in here. Fucking useless.
And it's clearly I'm a careerist. I'm so deeply entrenched in social repose just as an entity that it comes first. It comes before all my love and relationships and even family to an extent. This is my life. I've chosen it, and I put my all into it.
Oh, you poor hero. All the sacrifices you made to make mediocre YouTube content. Goddamn. My hat's off to you, social repos. If only we Cro-Magnon understood what it meant to be in your shoes, all of the women you've had to fuck behind your girlfriend's back. Damn, we would have so much more appreciation for the art you create here. You certainly are an expert careerist by cheating on a YouTube personality that's pretty fucking big, and then taking all of this negativity to your channel, losing a lot of subs. Man, you've really got careerism figured out, social repos. Take notes out there, any up-and-comers. This man's got it down to a science.
I'm a little hurt that she kind of broadcasted everything. I'm not hurt that she talked about the cheating. I knew she would have to talk about that at some point, but to go into such graphic detail feels a little unnecessary. But it's out there, so.
Oh damn, now I feel bad. He's hurt that she talked about it to such an extent. I mean, there was a set amount that he was okay with and that he would have given his blessing to, but to go past that, that's a bit disrespectful, Jacqueline. You really hurt his feelings with this. I hope you understand. And honestly, he made such a convincing argument, I'm convinced he's the victim in all this. Jacqueline made it all public, and it really hurt his reputation.
Yeah, I guess I'm sorry. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I'm going to do better. I'm going to make more art and more music, and if you don't want to follow me anymore because you think I'm a shitty person, or because I'm disgusting, or because you can't stand the thought of ever watching me again because of what I did to Jacqueline, I can't make you stay, but I promise you I'll do better with my videos and my content, and you know, I'm
Once again, just apologizing to the audience that found out, not to Jacqueline, but at least he's promising to do better with his content, so I'm looking forward to his Minecraft Let's Plays that he's going to steer towards. And yeah, just overall an absolutely atrocious apology here. I cut a lot out, but there was a big rant about the content on his channel and how he was unsatisfied with it, so at least he understood what the big issue here, which was his content starting to slip up, not the cheating. That was just secondary. It's really all about the content, but he's promising to do better content, so yeah, that's about it. This guy seems like a big douchebag to me. So yeah, shittier community, and now they've helped murder an innocent man. So this is a story I've been following since the first reports of a suspected death via swatting were reported on, and I'm sure some of you have already heard it by now, but it's something I want to talk about. So this sad story goes, two man-children named Vaporize and Mir Cole And I know upon hearing these abysmal names, you asked yourself, are these 8-year-olds that this story is about? No, these are not 8-year-olds that those names belong to. Those names belong to adults. And these two adults had a Call of Duty wager match for $1.50. They were really throwing the wood down that night, high stakes gambling, and they lost the match. They were on the same team and they got mad at each other and they blamed each other for the loss and they started going at it. No, my dick's 3 inches hard, so I have the bigger penis. Who cares if you have the bigger penis? A girl laughed at me once, and then eventually it escalates to the point where Vaporizer gets in contact with an even bigger virgin, the chief virgin. His name is Swatistic, and he had been known for swatting things like MLG matches and shit. Just really sad, pathetic stuff. And this human catheter did an interview on YouTube talking about this. I still watched it because I wanted to hear what a swatter sounded like, and it's exactly like what you'd expect, just as pathetic as you'd imagine.
Right. Do you take any responsibility for what happened?
The argument can be made that the police would have never shut up if I didn't make the call. However, I don't believe that I'm the only guilty party involved in this whole incident, considering I was contacted and, almost instructed to SWAT and taunted to SWAT an address. I mean, of course, if you want to, you could say that, of course, I was involved. However, other people were involved. Yeah, the call was made by me, but as far as the whole incident, you could point the finger at numerous people.
It's amazing how you can actually hear the back acne in this kid's voice. And the way he talks, it's like he took pages right out of the Tumblr experts playbook, like the fucking incel section of Tumblr who gives advice on what to do when faced with authorities. He just, allegedly, well, I guess you could look at it that way. Well, one could say I had access to, due to multiple interpretations, there's a multitude of factors at play. I suppose you could, deduce that I pushed him into the shark-infested waters, but it was the shark that killed him, not me. And it's sad that I have to compare sharks to cops, because sharks aren't even out for as much blood as cops are. But anyway, once Vaporize gets in contact with Swatistic, they attempt to dox and swat Miracle, but Miracle, in an attempt to prove that his cock is 3 inches hard, reaches out to Swatistic and says, "Here's my address, swat me, pussy boy," and here's the tweet. So he does, he swats that address, but Miracle, being the brave man he is, gives an address that isn't his, belongs to an innocent man who gets killed by the cops when they show up. In his interview with Keemstar, the kid shows no remorse at all, nor does he take any responsibility, and passes the blame off onto the other two kids, and I do agree, they have a big part to play in this. I think all three of them should have the same sentence, which is life in prison, because they contribute absolutely nothing to society. They fucking have Call of Duty wager matches for $1.50 and then kill an innocent man over it. What good do they bring to society? They're just downright sociopaths. None of them felt any empathy for what happened. It wasn't just the kid who actually called the SWAT. Miracle, the one who gave that address, was laughing about it on Twitter. Vaporizer is not to be heard from. They all deleted their accounts and shit. But I really don't think it can be that difficult to find out who these three dudes are. The fucking NSA can watch me jerk off in the middle of my kitchen through my coffee maker. How can they not find who owns these horrible Twitter accounts with these horrible fucking names? And now I'd like to talk directly to the people who say, well, it's not their fault, it's the cop who killed him's fault. No, it's definitely their fault. That wouldn't have happened if they didn't call the police. But the police are also very much to blame here. So, according to the family, what happened is the police were banging on the door, the husband opens the door and is immediately shot by a cop. Immediately shot. Why the fuck is he immediately shot? You go there because it's a reported hostage situation. I understand it's very high tension, you're nervous, you're on edge, but you knock on the door and someone opens the door. That's the expected response. Why do you panic and shoot him? It's like a pizza man going to my door because I ordered pizza. He knocks on my door, I open the door, and he fucking blasts me with a shotgun because he wasn't expecting me to open the door. What the fuck were the cops expecting? Did they think he was gonna bust through the second floor window like Action Man and land on the ground and turn himself in? Why did they freak out because he opened the door? I don't get that response at all. Everyone's like, oh, I feel so sorry for the cop. He's the real victim here. He's gonna have to live with that for the rest of his life. No, the cop is not the real fucking victim here. The real victim is the man who got killed and his family that he leaves behind now. I feel absolutely nothing for that cop except hatred. He's either A, the most untrained officer on the force, and the force benefits from him not being there, or B, just a bloodthirsty menace. Now, if it's the former, what kind of training do the SWAT go through? They're supposed to be the elite. They're supposed to be the best of the best. But apparently they're all so fucking afraid of their own shadow. What kind of training do they get? I have to know. Do they just put the fear of God in them? They train them like they're fucking dogs. Oh, if you hear a loud sound, just fucking shoot at it. You don't want to take any risks. No matter what happens, if you hear anything, if you see anything, shoot it. That's the only way to deal with problems. They just have to be so poorly trained. And the way they handle the situation after they kill the husband is just as bad. So they go there because it's a reported hostage situation. They kill the man who I guess they immediately assumed was the man who took the hostages. He opened the door, he must have the hostages. Fucking blast him, okay? He's down. Now they have the hostages left, and what do? They make the hostages walk over the corpse and then handcuff them. What fucking heroes, huh? That's how you're trained to handle a hostage situation. You handcuff the hostage after making them walk over a dead body? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. SWAT is a fucking joke. An absolute fucking joke. I made this video when the story was still fresh and all the details weren't fully out there, and now I just watched an interview with the mother of the son who was killed by the police, and she says there was no knocking on the door. He heard noises, so opened the door and was gunned down. They weren't giving him any warnings or anything, they just killed him the second he opened the door. Which doesn't exactly make it any better for the police side of the story. I'm not going to take out the part of the video with the knocking on the door portion because there still is some sources claiming they did knock on the door and then killed him when he opened it. So really neither one of them looks better for the police. Him opening the door while they, didn't give him any warnings or anything and killing him, that's just as bad. I don't know what the fuck they thought he was doing, opening the door to charge them with riding on horseback or something. It's still a ridiculous scenario that doesn't warrant them gunning him down in any cases. Also, more breaking news as I was rendering this video out, the swatter has been arrested. Here's his picture. This is him. Looking like a man you'd find at your local card shop playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With the children. And now I'm happy to say, Tyler joins the Hall of Fame of swatters with Robert McDade and Zachary Lee, who are behind bars for many years. It's a fantastic conclusion, really. But this shouldn't be where the story ends. Miracle and Vaporizing the Cop need to face repercussions for this event. This whole thing wouldn't have happened without Miracle and Vaporize coming together and forming the perfect storm of tiny penis and lack of testosterone. And if Tyler's going to jail, those two should also be going to jail. Vaporize will likely get raperized in there. And it'd be a miracle if the other guy's asshole wasn't stretched 2 feet. The cop also needs to be joining them with some more than just a paid vacation. There needs to be more done here. Justice hasn't been served entirely, but it's a great fucking start. And I just want to address this because I already know it's going to come up in the comments. People calling me just a cop hater, one of those fuck all cops kind of people. I'm not. I don't hate all cops. There's good and bad cops, I know that, but there's a lot of bad cops, a lot of them going around right now. Just take, for example, the fucking Simon Says killer from not too long ago, who just executed a man who was following his absurd instructions, making him do everything shy of an interpretive dance and write him a book report, and then he kills him. It's fucking sickening. And I think this is another example of a bad cop. I know we don't have all the details surrounding what happened here, but I don't think under any circumstances would a man opening a door warrant being gunned down in cold blood. Unless he walked out of that front door with a nuclear bomb strapped to his chest, I don't see why you executed him like that for no fucking reason with no warnings. It's just disgusting. This is a bad cop. There's a lot of bad cops, but I don't hate all cops. Obviously not all cops are bad. But yeah, I mean, that's this whole story, and I'm super glad the swatter was caught, and we can only hope that justice is served for the other 3 that were involved in this tragedy. So yeah, that's it. See ya.
Welcome to another episode of Kai and Charlie Watch Adventures of Donkey Ollie. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody.
That's right. The 3-2-1 technique. We're not gonna use any of those websites people suggested. Fuck that. Fuck all of you.
We're doing it the way Jesus intended.
Indeed. This is how Donkey Ollie likes us to do it. This looks like a 2000s online game.
He grew up on a small farm.
It really does.
It's like RuneScape 3. But this is disturbing. He has like human lips.
Yeah,
It's like
this
if
was
a
actually
witch transformed a young blonde boy into a donkey with a curse.
I believe this was the first expansion in the original World of Warcraft, the Donkey Ollie Tales.
The Ollie Crusade.
Why is that donkey so high? Look at him back there.
I don't know, why do they all walk like they've just gotten a proper fucking? Who looked at this and thought they look cute? Like, yep, that's adorable.
Kids will love it.
Did she just say Mega City?
I don't know, I
Is
couldn't make out
Judge
what she
Dredd
said.
gonna shoot these people?
Yeah, have you never read the Bible? And Judge Dredd led all the donkeys 12 by 12 into Noah's Ark.
What about the donkey
Jesus, alright, there's Al Capone of donkeys over there. Bada bing, bada boom. What about the drugs over there, though? What do we do with them? These donkeys really go through a wide range of emotions in a very short amount of time.
Oh, what on earth? God, his face looks like one of those old school, like, you know how the PlayStation you could scan your face into like the FIFA games and shit? That's what he looks like the child who's playing this scanned his face onto that donkey. Is she Dumbo now? Is she gonna take off with those ears? Why does he get a special song?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the other donkey's point was he thinks he's so special, and then the fucking class teacher starts just singling him out and starting a fucking serenade for him.
About how special he is. You're somewhat special.
Of course he'll end up thinking he's special. Those birds were in tune, it was like fucking Air Force. Alright.
I do this when I get upset as well.
Me too, I suddenly turn into Cher.
Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
I don't I don't think shooting stars, yeah, I don't think they come out of the moon.
It looked more like shurikens the moon was throwing. Yeah. Choose him for what? What does God need a donkey for?
Yeah, is this like a cult of donkeys who think every once in a while God is gonna choose one of them for his sacrifice?
This looks like a scene right out of Jimmy Neutron. That little short stubby guy looks like a bearded Carl.
The little short guy looks like Christoph Waltz with a beard.
That's a reference that's lost on me. Who's that?
The guy in Django Unchained and the James Bond movie, the German guy. What year is this? What year is this from?
2014.
Yeah. Good, that means the second season's probably out by now. We don't have to wait for any cliffhangers. Are they gonna whip him?
I think they're gonna hang him.
I like how they tied his ears too.
Come on, guys! Enough
Wow.
of this horseplay.
He actually kind of hung him there. Oh, damn, dude! All he got his neck stretched. This is a Mortal Kombat 4 end screen. Remember that when you ran out of lives and you fall down a well and at the bottom are spikes? I'm gonna have to edit that in here. This is just too perfect. And impaled. Press enter to continue. How deep is the well?
It goes
like
right
the
to the Earth's core.
Yeah, oh, now he's swimming in mercury. Oh my god, this looks so disturbing. He looks like a sentient slug now. Well, not sentient, but yeah. He looks like a mutated Kirby. This is a nightmare version of My Little Pony.
This looks like a Tool music video. Damn, that donkey can jump high as fuck.
Yeah, that was a fucking dolphin leap.
You're going to pick him?
Fucking sea
Are you
algae.
sure? We have many that are much smarter and much stronger than him.
Well, that guy's drunk.
Are you sure you want that rabbit? We got a lot of others.
Yep. Just slurred speech. What's with these punk rocker hairdos? Look at him, he looks like the frontman to Rammstein. Is that Jesus?
God, Jesus. What the fuck is this donkey?
Wait, is this in Jesus' time?
Yeah.
Oh, did they? Oh, they meant it like literally? Like, let's pick a donkey for Jesus to ride?
Jesus is probably so disappointed. God damn it, you guys brought me the worst donkey of the bunch. Fuck
I'd
all
be
of you.
too, and but why is Jesus riding the donkey like a girlfriend on the back of his boyfriend's moped?
No, Jesus draws the knife from his loincloth and slowly slits the neck of Ollie.
So they basically just enslaved him. Carry what, fucking rice sacks? Oh my god, what did they do to him? Did they just break him? They destroyed him.
Here it is, kids. What you've been waiting for. Farmer John's corner.
This is what we've been waiting for. Oh shit!
Oh god. What happened to Mario?
Bennett, my name is Farmer John. Just like the Farmer John in the story you just saw.
No, it's not. Your name's Brian Stewart. You're not fooling me. I know you made this abomination. That joke never gets old.
Yeah, it's like those live action scenes from SpongeBob with fucking Pirate Patchy that no one likes.
Now, I have my trusty pencil, Clarence, and we're all set to go.
Who names their pencil? Oh, good news, Kai. I've got my handy-dandy tissue Herald over here. I'm gonna blow my nose out.
So, the first thing is to put this where I won't stumble over it.
No. God.
I'm so goddamn clumsy these days. If I put it anywhere but against this fence, I'll just trip and bust my ass.
Oh, this guy has a box full of crayons.
Each one of them has their own name, too.
My Paper Jane.
She's a real bitch.
Now, I think the first thing you should do is, with the help of a parent, get online.
Step. Go online. Download schematics. 3D print a model of Ollie. Adjust it. Why would the kids draw Ollie if they already have a printout of him? Why not just put... Look at that stare! It's a fucking Five Nights at Freddy's thing. Whatever you've named your pencil, essential step.
Well, no, you can't continue unless your pencil has a name. You know, it's gotta be kind of demoralizing if your character is so simplistic you can teach kids to draw it just in a series of circles.
Not necessarily, in fact he can't, really. It's look nothing like Ollie, but... Yeah.
Loopy ears. A little line like that. Show the
That doesn't look like him at all.
Bring it down here and get the neck. We'll give him sort of a general egg-shaped body.
Alright.
Not like
This looks like a misshapen rubber duck.
Oh, it looks just like him.
Yep.
Yeah, you can tell he
make
didn't
sure
get
to
that
really
character.
pronounce all the thick cartilage.
I'll put a picture of him to the side so that way you can see how off I am.
It's like if you give a little girl her mom's makeup set. That's awful. Correct twist. Oh, here's the making of. Look at that. Oh man, that breaks all the immersion though. I don't want to know the behind the scenes.
Games. It's in your wallet. Nobody likes EA except for investors. Me going into detail about why EA is a shitty company has been done a million times before and not really worth the effort. However, with this recent controversy in their newest game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, there is a few things I would like to talk about here. Playing an EA game and putting up with the microtransaction bullshit, which is beyond intrusive, is just painful. It's fucking miserable. It's like getting a urethral swab of sandpaper. And in Star Wars Battlefront fucking your wallet too, it's the absolute worst system. You have to spend money on getting your loot boxes in order to progress in the game and even stand a chance against other players who do spend money. This guy on Reddit really started the whole controversy, which is erupting now, with this right here, where he proves it takes approximately 40 hours to unlock one hero in the game, and you can't unlock anything else. You have to save up your credits for 40 hours to afford one of the heroes here. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. Even the most elite of gamer samurai gurus will at least have to spend a week of constant playtime to unlock one of the heroes without spending money. And EA knows that number is way, way, way too high, but the point is, it gives people an incentive to spend the money to get the heroes, because no one's going to want to spend 40 hours to start unlocking things. No one's going to put that kind of time in there. But they would very gently toy around with the nipples of dropping $20 on getting a few loot boxes to speed it up and hopefully even get a hero out of it. And that's the whole idea behind the system. If you can get a player who just spent $60 or $80 on the game, have them drop another $20, then damn, you're doing some great shit there from a marketing perspective. But at the cost of losing some goodwill with the consumers, which Electronic Sharts already has none of. They're about as well liked as sleeping on a bed of broken glass. But EA's smart enough to know that it doesn't matter, because they hold some incredibly large titles hostage, like Star Wars Battlefront. People are not going to boycott Star Wars Battlefront. It's going to sell incredibly well no matter what. All of Reddit's up in arms. We're boycotting it. We're not going to touch the game. Let's vote with our wallets. And don't get me wrong, they've definitely got the right idea. The only way EA would change their business practices is if people stop buying their products. But Reddit's not going to do that. They can't resist the carrot that's dangling in front of their face, the fucking fleshlight on a string that they just need to fuck. So they're going to buy the newest title, and it happens every time. For the last 6 years, they've been saying, let's boycott EA games. We're not going to touch them. We're going to stay pure. And then within 24 hours, the entire R-Gaming subreddit is nothing but the latest EA title content. And even if all of Reddit did boycott the EA games like they say they're going to do, it wouldn't make a difference to EA, because the general population doesn't go on Reddit and follow along with the drama and the up-in-arms controversies. They just go buy the games and they have fun. They might spend some money. That's what EA really caters to. They don't give a shit about negative publicity or how they look in the Reddit's eye. They don't really give too much of a fuck. What matters to them is the profits they can make, and they're going to stand to make a lot of profits here. So I'm going to look into my crystal ball of ass and predict that this game's going to sell incredibly well. Reddit's not going to boycott it, and EA's practices are only going to get even worse than the Star Wars Battlefront 2 microtransaction bullshit here. Because right now, all of the loot boxes, all of the micro penis actions are being shown to work and make a lot more money than regular games without microtransactions. So why would they stop? It makes no sense from a business standpoint. They can make far more money by implementing systems like Star Wars Battlefront 2 is doing. Now, after this whole 40 hours needed to unlock a single hero thing broke, EA actually responded with perhaps the single worst PR statement I have ever read in my life, and it has become one of Reddit's most downvoted comments in its entire history, which is nothing shy of impressive, so give yourself a round of applause, EA. It reads, "The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes." Yeah, that sounds about right. The first thing I'd feel is immense pride and accomplishment after mindlessly fingering my butthole in a mediocre video game for 40 hours to unlock one character. Or perhaps they are referring to the sense of pride and accomplishment after wasting more money on the mediocre video game after purchasing it. Man, nothing screams pride and accomplishment like buying your way to the top of the leaderboard in a video game. This poor Cro-Magnon continues. As for cost, we selected initial values based upon data from the open beta and other adjustments. No, you didn't. Made to milestone rewards before launch. Among other things, we're looking at average per player credit earned rates on a daily basis, and we'll be making constant adjustments to ensure that players have challenges that are compelling, rewarding, and of course, attainable via gameplay. That is not at all what you're trying to do here. You're trying to make it so impossible to attain anything via gameplay that you have to buy them. The only challenge you've implemented here is the astoundingly high number of credits it takes to unlock shit. That's not a compelling challenge. It's also not attainable. It's about as compelling and attainable as somebody issuing a challenge to me to grow 5 inches in a week. To finish it off, this PR troglodyte finishes it with, "We appreciate the candid feedback." I'm sure you appreciate this candid feedback, as you call it, and the passion the community has put forth around the current topics here on Reddit, our forums, and across numerous social media outlets. Our team will continue to make changes and monitor community feedback and update everyone as soon and as often as we can. Absolute bullshit. There's really nothing to even talk about there, but I have no doubt EA will tone down the amount of credits it takes to unlock things. A couple months after release, they'll go ahead and spin it as, "We're listening to you and we're looking out for the little guys out there that don't have a huge disposable income, so we're lowering the credits." Yahoo. And then they play both sides of the field to make a lot of money in the initial launch for the whales that want to spend the money. And then down the line, they'll go ahead and lower it down for us plebeians out here who don't want to spend on microtransactions. Now, as is common with gamers these days, they're very hostile people, and they were, of course, per usual, sending death threats and making all types of strongly worded comments to the devs and shit. Some John Wick level shit. Oh, I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna fuck you up real good, pal. You've really messed with the wrong CIA super soldier who retired recently and loved video games until you've done this. Now I'm coming for you. And so this guy, I don't know who he is, but I know he's a developer on Battlefront 2, posts this. Oh, you're keeping track of them for legal reasons, huh? No, you're not, Sean. You absolutely are not. You're not going to do anything legally. You can't do anything legally. What are you going to do, imprison over 1,600 people? That'd make that scene in The Dark Knight where Harvey Dent gets half of Gotham's criminals behind bars look like child's play. You would be one hell of a fucking force to be reckoned with if you could do that, Sean, but you can't. So please, devs out there, stop tallying up your death threats and personal attack emails and pretend like you're going to take legal action, because you're not and you can't. This happens every time a game implements an unpopular feature with the community. Gamers are very entitled and childish people for the most part. I don't want to say the entire gaming community is, but let's be honest, for the most part they are, because every time something negative in a game gets implemented, this same shit happens. These children send death threats. Let's make our voices be heard. Let them know that we're not satisfied. Let's try and ruin their lives. That'll show them. And it's disgusting. It's fucking pathetic. Those kind of people are very sad people, and it's almost even sadder that the community kind of looks at them as heroes. Oh, you sent a death threat? You threatened to kill and eat his dog? Oh, nice. I'll go ahead and send one of my own. This time I'll threaten to burn down his house and then pee on his burned ashes. That'll be good. Let's see them try and implement another unpopular feature I don't like. They won't want to mess with me again after this email. It's just pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. And it doesn't solve anything. If anything, it might even exacerbate the problem. Oh, these gamers fucking suck. They're assholes. Let's go ahead and keep fucking their wallets real good because we know they have no impulse control and they're gonna keep buying our games. Let's really make this one slap them on the fucking cockhole. I'd normally feel bad and speak up against this anti-consumer feature we're about to implement in Star Wars Battlefront 3, but after the emails I got last year, no, fuck them. They deserve no sympathy. They're horrible people. Go ahead, Harold. I'm greenlighting this feature. Let's really fuck them good. I just don't see the point, and I don't think I'll ever understand the outrage culture in the gaming community these days. But yeah, I mean, this is basically the EA controversy in a nutshell. I just wanted to get it all out there and talk about it, because it's really fucking frustrating. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, everybody, it's critical, and you're getting fucked. Some of you may know it, some of you may not. You might be watching this video and think you're a virgin, but I promise you, you're not. You have been, and are still currently, getting fucked by college textbook prices. Some of you may not be in college yet, or decided not to go to college. Doesn't matter, you are still getting the cock and cooter or keister treatment by college textbook prices. Now, I'd really like to go in depth on this college textbook pricing scam. Now, I'm a recent graduate. I graduated less than a month ago, actually. And the whole time, I wanted to talk about this, but I just couldn't find the right words, and now that I've graduated and matured a bit, I have found them. College textbooks can gobble my fucking scrotum. They can take all of my nuts right in their mouth. It's absolutely fucking absurd. Now, I've done a ton of research on this throughout the 4 years I was there, and I think I've kind of compiled a lot of information here that I'd like to share with all of you and talk about. Let's turn our attention to Figure 1. This is from Mark Perry of the American Enterprise Institute. He looked at the price of various things from 1978 to 2013, one of them being the price of college textbooks, and he found an increase in college textbook price of 812%. That is absurd. That is absolutely ridiculous. So how can they get away with charging so much for college textbooks and constantly raising the prices of them? They do it in a multitude of different ways, one of them being that they'll bundle the textbook with a lot of shit you don't need, like a CD that no one uses, a strategy guide no one uses, a study guide that you can only wipe your ass with. Sometimes they'll give you a condom so that way you can put it on the textbook when it's fucking you in the asshole. And you can't just get the textbook without getting all these extra accessories. It just doesn't work like that. Now, speaking economically, what you would expect to happen with all these price raises is people would stop buying the textbook because it's too expensive. It doesn't make sense to keep spending all this money on the textbooks. But the problem is, in a sense, it's an inelastic good, meaning you have to have that textbook for the class. For instance, my university, the University of Tampa, required every class to have a mandatory textbook, and it had to be the latest edition. You couldn't use older editions for whatever reason. I'll get into that in a minute. But my point is here that you are a hostage to the curriculum, the syllabus. You have to have what they tell you you need, and you have to pay for it. It doesn't matter the price. You need it, so you're gonna have to buy it. So they don't have to worry about losing customers because you need the textbook. Now, that's not an absolute. You can get by without getting the textbook. For instance, I went through the sophomore year to my senior year of college without ever buying or renting a textbook. I did in my freshman year because I just didn't understand that it was a huge scam, so fell victim to that and lost like $1,000. Oh yeah, speaking of which, the estimated cost for a college student per semester on textbooks is anywhere from $655 to $700 on top of the tuitions. That's a lot of extra money for absolutely no reason. Now, I know I'm kind of jumbling all my points here because there's just a lot I want to say, and I'm just kind of verbally shitting it all out at once. But the next thing I really want to talk about is the editions. They make you get the newest editions and won't let you use older ones, effectively destroying the used book market because it would have been cheaper to get an older edition. But my university, for instance, wouldn't let you do that. You needed the most up-to-date version, which cost more. And if you got it from the bookstore, you were just putting a fist in your anus because they jacked that shit up so much more than anything else. And the reason for that is because a portion of textbook profits that are sold in a university store go right to the university, so they get a larger cut if they sell it from their store, which is why it's a lot more expensive. But let me go back to the editions thing. Last semester, for my kinesiology class, I needed the 19th edition of this book right here. But I like I said, I kind of got by without textbooks, but I wanted to see something. So I went online and I found the 18th edition completely for free, and I decided to scrub through it and compare the two editions. And I found that there's so minimal differences between the two editions. The only difference I could even spot were a few chapters were a little out of order. They were ordered a little bit differently, but that's it. There was no new information, there was no big revisions, nothing at all. So you would pay $100 more just to get the same fucking shit slapped in your face for no reason. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And according to a lot of other people who study this, the frequent edition updating is absolutely unnecessary because year by year there's not any huge breakthroughs every single year. So what's the point in going back and trying to reorder it to sell it for more? It's just to make more money off it and to keep profits flowing. And that's not some big conspiracy bullshit. That's actually what it's for. They keep revising this because you're going to keep buying the newest edition for more money for no reason. And they know that, so they can do that. They can get away with that. Now, another thing you'd expect from an economical standpoint is that competition would make it impossible for them to keep succeeding and thriving in this industry, especially since it rakes in $14 billion annually. So you would think some other people would try and get in on that profit, but the problem is, there's only 5 corporations that control the majority of college textbooks. Reed Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, Wiley Blackwell, Springer, and Sage. Those are the only 5 real players in this industry. So these nippleless troglodytes can do whatever the fuck they want and not have to worry about profits. They could start selling you sandpaper fleshlights and put it as part of the university's curriculum, and you would still be buying that for $300 a pop. Now let's look at how they get so rich off of these textbooks. So of every dollar spent on textbooks, 77 cents goes right to the publishers, the rest goes to the university that sold it. Now, of the 77 cents, 18 cents is pure profit for the publishers, whereas the author of the textbook gets 12 cents. Now, and then the rest of that is just on the marketing and the cost to actually put it all together, such as paper and shit. So that's a lot of profit. That's on every dollar. Those textbooks are hundreds of dollars. That is a lot of pure profit right there. Now, I know a lot of you who are in college right now probably use things like Chegg or get it on Amazon because it's cheaper. Well, yeah, it is cheaper, but it's still a lot more expensive than it should be, no matter where you get it from. And plus, not everyone's doing that. Some people do go to the university bookstore because it's more convenient and it's just easier that way. And some universities require you to buy a specific edition for that university. That's right. Some textbooks actually have custom editions for the university, so that destroys its resellability. So you're stuck with that shit for life. And it also just makes it so you can't get it anywhere else except from the university. Now let's think about this logically. How can there logically be a custom edition made for the University of Tampa, let's say? I don't think UT has any specific editions, but for the sake of this example, let's say they do. Let's say kinesiology has a specific UT edition. How is that okay? Let's say the editions really are necessary, and maybe my experience was just an anomaly and that the editions really are totally different from one another. How can there be a custom edition where you can only get that information if you go to that university? Do they just withhold it from all the other editions of that same textbooks for the other universities? That's okay? That's all right? That's ethical? That's just fucked up. That is absolutely fucked up. That just proves that the editions are a huge scam. That it's unnecessary. You can make a custom edition? No, absolutely not. There would be an outrage in the scientific community. Oh, I didn't go to UT, so I didn't know that the cock can sometimes go inside of the tits. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't just hold information out on a fucking professional textbook. So it's just demonstrating. It's them saying, ha, we're laughing in your face. We made this custom edition just to make more money off of it. That's what it is. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. There's nothing anyone can do about it. I know I can't do anything about it. I just can't march over to, let's say, Wiley Blackwell's headquarters and just start jerking off. It's not going to solve anything. Talking about it's not going to solve anything. I just wanted to get it out there because I've had it on my mind for 4 years, and I have wanted to talk about it, and now I just decided to talk about it. So, if you or someone you know has been affected by college textbook price fucking, then I'm sorry for you, and I really wish there was some way to fix that. I think the best solution is to not buy textbooks from the university. Definitely do not buy from the university. Try and get whatever edition is the cheapest, because they are extremely similar. Even if the professor says that you need the newest one, just tell them to go eat some anus, because you don't, and you'll be fine with an older edition. And in my case, I did get docked a lot of points for not having the textbooks, but I just decided to take that hit because I would rather have my grades a little lower than they could be, just because I didn't fall for this scam. Morally, I was more okay with that than spending all this extra money on something I didn't need. But obviously not everyone's going to want to do something like that, so just get whatever's cheapest. If you have to get the newest edition, just don't go to the university. So yeah, that's about it. And to all the douche balloons at the publishing companies, I hope you all live in luxurious houses, massive houses, with everything you ever wanted, with all that money you extorted from college students. And I hope that every night you toss and turn, wondering to yourself why you still feel so hollow and unfulfilled, and you sit there teary-eyed reflecting on the marriage that you've created that's falling apart. Your kids don't respect you, they don't love you, they're embarrassed to say what their parents do for a living when they're asked by their peers or their teachers. And this empire of anus that you've created has led you down this path where you have all of this money but no happiness. So yeah, that's about it. Fuck you at the publisher companies. And yeah. Feed, a name that's synonymous with filthy asshole. They've been coming under fire recently for stealing a few video ideas from a popular YouTuber named Jacqueline Glynn. And since many of you know internet drama, YouTube drama in particular, has become my soap opera, I was very well aware of this drama and I got very deep into it. I enjoy jerking myself off while reading about the newest drama stories. However, I made the mistake in assuming this was an isolated incident, some drama that just served for my own entertainment, kind of like some WWE shit for a petty YouTube drama. I was wrong. It seems BuzzFeed has stolen a video idea from me. I never thought anyone would be able to replicate the high IQ content I produce, but it seems they tried their best and they took my baby and they shook it until it's shit, and they created an abhorrent abomination based on a beautiful video idea that I made and produced. And I know BuzzFeed is familiar with the video I made because it was #1 on YouTube trending in my dreams earlier last week when I made it. The video is eating Reptar bars with a celebrity guest. I'm not going to spoil who the celebrity guest is. I recommend you check it out for yourself since it's clearly the superior video in the eating Reptar bar fetish community. And then today, BuzzFeed posted something called, "We tried Reptar bars." That's interesting. The timing, it just doesn't make sense. Is this a coincidence? I don't think so. I clearly put the flag down in the eating Reptar bars community. I was the pioneer. I created this idea. And BuzzFeed hijacked it. Let's go ahead and watch this together and point out some similarities between the two. Now this intro graphic is really the only big difference between their video and mine, excluding of course their higher production value, their 6 people versus just me shoveling chocolate into my fucking mouth, the bad acting from their bad actors, and their outrageous jump cuts in their video. Otherwise, it's fundamentally the same thing, except mine is clearly better. I prefer not to use flashy intro cards like BuzzFeed does because, I don't know how many of you keep up with history at all, but there was a war called World War II, where Hitler was using some flashy intro cards to convince the youth that what they were fighting for was the right thing. So during his propaganda, he was using very similar intro cards to BuzzFeed, and I just don't want anything that I do associated with what Hitler did, but that's just a personal preference.
We are bringing our childhood dreams to life today We are trying the Reptar bars!
This was the favorite candy of the Rugrats children.
It is the candy of my youth that I wanted more than anything else.
Holt, I am Reptar.
Holt, I am Reptar. Holt, I am Reptar.
Rugrats?
Oh.
It was so good.
Classic.
Don't worry, I'll save you from hearing more of that bad acting, but that's fundamentally what this is in a nutshell. They have a discount Ryan Reynolds with his friend in a Tommy Bahama shirt. They try Reptar Bar, the two girls doing embarrassing things try Reptar Bar, and these two try Reptar Bar, and then at the end they try and give it this really grandiose message that makes no sense, just very pretentious, how chocolate and nostalgia connects the world or some stupid shit. And really this whole thing is just not very entertaining. There's not a whole lot of value here. And the similarity between this and my video is I also try Reptar Bar. In fact, I try the same Reptar Bar, and I tried it first. So they took my Reptar Bars that I overpaid for and they used it in their own video. They should change the title of this video to "We tried to copy Charlie's genius eating Reptar with celebrity guest video idea and we couldn't do it very well, but we're still making a lot of money off it anyway."
It's real.
Wow, does it really turn your tongue green? It says it does.
It says it turns your tongue green.
It has instructions. Tear open.
Step 2, chomp.
And step 3 is roar like Reptar.
Oh, my God. She's beautiful.
What the fuck is that surprised reaction for? Did you not expect there to be chocolate under that wrapper? I don't understand at all. Did you expect there to be a car under it? This is such a stupid fucking reaction. This is the type of performance parents would put on in front of their toddler in order to make them eat their vegetables, to make it seem more appealing. BuzzFeed clearly thinks their audience is the stupidest group of kids that needs perpetual jingling keys in front of their faces and constant loud noises to hold their attention. And they're not wrong, that is their audience, but the fact they're using my idea in that style makes me want to vomit out of my asshole. I'm the only one allowed to eat Reptar bars on camera.
Oh!
It was good.
It's really good.
I was expecting it to be sweet, but that is somehow sweeter than what candy already is.
Need a moment?
It's a little green. It's not as green as I want it to be. Tastes like chocolate.
It tastes like chocolate.
Well, no shit. That statement about sums up the whole video. It's just a waste of time. They eat a chocolate bar and the best thing they can say is it tastes like chocolate. I don't really see how it's entertaining and I don't see the value in it. Let's compare this reaction to my well thought out and thorough analysis of the chocolate bar where I treat it like I'm a goddamn wine sommelier tasting this fucking chocolate bar. I paint a picture. I make you taste the chocolate bar with my words. I get down into the chocolate bar on a molecular level. Now on my first bite I was able to pretty much discern where the chocolate came from. The smell was a dead giveaway that it was of the Italian origin, and with the first bite I was able to get a strong hint of wood. I think the barrel the chocolate was aged in was perhaps opened while listening to Mozart's Symphony 40, and it all just kind of came together. It wasn't bad, it was quite delectable, it was palatable, and during the fermentation I think all the elements just kind of cohesively worked together and formed this symbiotic relationship that eventually led to this chocolate bar. Really, the covalent bonds formed here are extremely strong. You would have your work cut out for you if you were trying to sever these bonds with anything shy of a carbon-cutting photon emitter. And that's only a small snippet of the full analysis. So go ahead and compare that to the "it tastes like chocolate." Laughable in comparison, isn't it? But I can't really be mad at BuzzFeed here the same way you can't be mad at a dumpster for smelling like shit. It's just what BuzzFeed does. But it's the fact they blatantly stole this idea from me that I think has tarnished their reputation here.
Nostalgia's so real.
Yeah.
Like, no matter who you are, we've only met a couple months ago. Completely different childhoods, different parts of the world, but we love the Rugrats.
And it's stuff like this, like no matter what's going on in the world, stuff like this can bring people together.
What are the odds? You both liked an extremely popular cartoon from the 90s, and no, things like this can't bring anyone together. It's a fucking chocolate bar. Pepsi tried that angle you're talking about in their infamous commercial not too long ago. It didn't work.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to have this. It's something I definitely dreamed about wanting all the time when I was a kid. And even though eating it now, like, it's just candy.
This is more about the idea of, like, dreaming about something as a kid, and then in whatever form that takes, it becomes real. There's like a little bit of magic to it.
There's no magic to it. It's a fucking chocolate bar.
It's a little magical.
Halt! I am Reptar. Halt!
I think I've made my case. I actually heard about this from a lot of messages telling me they think BuzzFeed might have stolen my video. Even the comments section on this video itself, people have sniffed out the similarities. The resemblance uncanny, the timing suspicious. I think what happened is someone at BuzzFeed HQ, perhaps Kelsey, is a subscriber of mine, and she liked my video so much she said to BuzzFeed, "Hey guys, look, I think we can do this and make it worse." And they did. And I'm not mad, in fact I'm even flattered. However, I think it's time I negotiate 30% equity in all of BuzzFeed. It seems only fair. However, I would be up to haggle down to 25%, but that's really pushing it. I'm not known on Shark Tank for my leniency, so you'd have a really hard time getting me down to 25%. But yeah, I expect you, BuzzFeed, to address this issue and grant me 25 to 30% stake in your company. I'll be waiting.